Kristina, a realtor here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm with the Zachary team, brokered by eXp Realty, and today I am bringing you a stationary video. Usually I do videos where I'm walking around, so I'm really not used to this, but who cares? We're gonna do it anyway because I'm here to bring you a video talking about the zip code 78209, and I'm going to reveal the good, the bad, and the ugly. So if you're an agent or someone who's looking into moving into San Antonio, Texas, or you're just watching this video for any random reason, please watch. And also don't forget to subscribe to our channel, like the video, and also comment. We comment back to every single person that comments, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. But I did it again there. And every single month we're going to do a featured zip code. So this month, which is the first month, we're spanning 78209. So make sure you subscribe so you can get a notification. Actually, you have to hit the bell notification so you can get notified of when we do a new video every week, and then you can know the next zip code that we pick. All right, I'm done talking about the intro. Let's get into it. 78209 is a very sought after neighborhood because it includes Alamo Heights and Terrell Heights. And those are very affluent neighborhoods. So you will see many of the homes listed for pretty much $300K and up. So 78209 is really close to the San Antonio airport. It's also super duper close to the highways 410, 281, and 35. And we all know in San Antonio, those at least 410 and 35 are major highways that will get you to and from places very quickly, especially 410. Like I was saying, there's a bunch of really cool things that are located in the zip code of 78209. So if you live in this zip code, these are like within 10 miles of driving distance for you. So we have things such as the Whitty Museum, and the Whitty Museum has been there forever. And it's actually one of the places in San Antonio that's haunted, so they say. But the Whitty Museum has a lot of things from around the world. It's really hard to kind of explain the Whitty Museum. Just Google it. And then you have the McNay Art Museum, and that's more catered, in my opinion, to date nights. There's more art there. I guess the Whitty is more of a typical museum that you would think about, but when you think of the McNay, it's more fancy-ish, and it has really cool art exhibits on the outside as well. It's nothing but beautiful art, so definitely check that out. You also have the Dooseum, which is basically a museum for kids. So if you have a family, which I'm assuming you do because 78209 is very family oriented, pretty sure you're most likely going to take your kids to the Dooseum a lot. Now the Dooseum is located at the very southern tip of the zip code, an outdoor area that's like a bunch of wood. They have a bunch of like I can't even really explain the museum. There's so much to do in there. There's like a thing with robots. There's a thing for weather. There's a thing for wind. There's a thing with water. There's a thing with like, but it makes you feel like you're a pirate. You can also like grocery shop in there. There's so much to do in there for kids. You really need to Google it. I'm moving on. Now there's two really cool gardens in 78209. You have the Japanese tea garden and you have the botanical garden. They both have lots of flowers. They both are really actually family friendly. So if you have anybody coming in from out of town, like family or friends visiting, this is a perfect place to take them. It's peaceful, it's quaint, and it's beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, and stunning around the fall time. If you live in 78209 and you're going to be based in Fort Sam, Houston, this is a really good location to be in. Also, it's really close to the Pearl and the Quarry. It's a very affluent sort of area. It's very nice to go and have coffee, and there's really good restaurants there. There's I'm gonna say 78209 is a very familial zip code. Let's talk about the real estate side of 78209. Now the population of 78209 or 09 is 39,197. As of today, September 5th, 2021, there are 185 active listings in that zip code. There's 18 new listings, and when we say new listings, that means they were posted within the past 5 days. The average median price is $445K, And the average median days on market for a typical house is 52, which is good for you as a buyer, and it's even better for you as a seller. Now let's just kind of dig more into 78209, and I divided it into 3 areas, which I think is the most important things. So there's talking about the average area, and I've kind of mentioned a little bit, but let's go more in depth about 78209. So 78209 is a very charming and beautiful zip code. I didn't mention it before, but I'm going to mention it now. There's a bunch of historical houses in 78209, so you'll be going through these neighborhoods and you will know what's historical and kind of what's not, but their houses are stunning and they take care of the lawns, and you can tell they really care about their neighborhood. The average crime rate, 37.1, and that's out of an average 1 to 100, basing it off of the national average. It's pretty much low, and it's about the same, especially at San Antonio. So San Antonio is 37, 78209 is 37.1, so they're about an average rating, pretty safe. And if we're talking about crime, sometimes with crime, you're going to need medical services. So just by the search that I did, there's at least 7 urgent cares within 78209. I'm pretty sure there's more, but that's the base of what I saw. Now we're going to get into the other important part when looking into a zip code, which is the schools. There's a lot of families, especially in San Antonio. So as far as 78209 goes, most people should know San Antonio is Military City, USA, and a lot of those servicemen and servicewomen have families. So in 78209, just in general, there's 16 public high schools with an average of a 5-star rating. There's 10 middle schools with an average of a 7-star rating, and there's 11 elementary schools with a 6-star rating, and there's 7 private schools. You can look at the ratings for those private schools if you'd like to on Google. And according to niche.com, it gave the whole zip code an average rating of A+, which is actually really good. And according to them, out of the 1,067 zip codes in all of Texas, 78209 is rated number 71, which I think actually is pretty cool. The best thing about a zip code is the food, and that's what we're going to end with. Now, there's a huge variety of food in 78209, a bunch of locally owned restaurants, which is, I came up with 5 restaurants that I've personally visited in this zip code, and they're really, really good, and I recommend them to you. Pigpen, we have Cappy's, Snooze, Ida Claire, and Growler Exchange. And those are kind of branch from the breakfast to American, but again, there's a huge assortment of restaurants there. And that about sums up 78209. If you are looking into moving into San Antonio and 78209 or any other zip code fancies you, send us a message on any of our social medias, or you can text us or call us at 210-504-5301, and we will give you a whole bunch of information and more detailed information about each zip code. Like I mentioned earlier, we'll be featuring a zip code every single month. So we just covered 78209. What would you like the next zip code to be? 78253, 78211, 78205? Let us know in the comments below, and we will cover that one next. In any case, you can follow us on Instagram, you can like us on Facebook, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, comment below, like the video, hit the bell button so you can get notifications. I'm Kristina with Zachary team with eXp Realty. Let me be your realtor. Love you, love San Antonio. Adios. Woo!